Yo, what it do, YouTube? It is your boy GSC Diamond. We are back with another video. This is Colts Nation, Colts Talk, episode number 8. I'd like to thank you guys for coming through. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you do. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks you guys for stopping by. Just want to give a quick shout out to all the viewers that came at the last vid. We got over 80 views in less than 24 hours. Shout out to you guys. But another thing, I'm noticing that you guys are just, oh, okay, let me see what he's talking about, and not subscribing. I need you guys to mash that subscribe button before I get to this talking. I know y'all gonna get talked to death, but I need y'all to subscribe, get my clout up, and let's see how many people are loyal to this channel. But other than that, we're gonna hop into some news. Let's go ahead and hop into it. We're going to first talk about our next game, which is against the Arizona Cardinals, which is Sunday at 1 o'clock. We will be playing Arizona. Just a quick little fun fact, I'm going to let y'all know the breakdown and who I think should win in the prediction. Now, my predictions are a little biased. I do have us winning, but I'm only going to say this. It's because Arizona is pretty old. Their team is really old. And plus, they don't have David Johnson, which is a big piece of their offense. David Johnson was that go-to guy last year. People had him as the best running back in the NFL because he can do both. He can catch and he can run. They can put him at receiver if they wanted to, but they don't. So that's why they have him as the top running back in the NFL, because he's so productive and he is a workhorse, which I do give him credit for, but I don't think he's the best running back in the NFL. My opinion is Le'Veon Bell. I do like Le'Veon Bell a lot, not only because he beat the crap out of us every other year, but he is a workhorse as well, and I just like him that good. About him and this holdout and this contract talk thingy, I don't know about that, but that's kind of a reach. But he is worth it, kind of. Not that much, but definitely a lot of money. He should be like one of the highest paid players in the NFL. But other than that, back to the Cardinals. These guys have one of the oldest teams. Well, one of the oldest lineups, I should say, in the league. They have at least 8 starters on their roster that I know of that are over the age of 30. One is probably Carson Palmer for sure. He got to be like at least 40. Carlos Dansby is pretty old. Larry Fitzgerald, the wide receiver. The defensive lineman, Frosty Rucker, I believe. A.Q. Shipley. Jared Veldheer, he's a guard. Mike Lupati, he's another guard. The Jared guy is a tackle, by the way, I think. And their safety is Tyvon Branch. He's 30 as well. But those are at least 8 people on their team that's over the age of 30. And they don't have Le'Veon Bell. So my question is, who are they going to work to death? Chris Johnson? He's pretty old. He's not really getting no clock like that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure if we can keep them on their heels on offense, and their defense is going to be pretty much blitzing a lot because of our offensive line is not that great, and we don't have our star center. But I'm pretty sure if they have that type of mindset, we can get the dub with no problem. Now on to some other news. Just a few updates that I wanted to mention. Denzel Good was placed on injury reserve, and we signed back Sean Spence. Sean Spence had a little history with us. He played for Tennessee and Pittsburgh. If you guys didn't know, he was drafted in 2012 out of Miami. He was the third pick. He was the third round, 86 picks. Excuse me. He has at least 5 sacks. 122 tackles. He was with us at the beginning of the season in the preseason, but in the final roster cut, he was cut, and we wound up signing him back, and he already had money guaranteed. So I don't understand why we got rid of him. But welcome back, Sean Spence. Looking forward to having you on the roster, sir. Shout out to Sean Spence. He's a linebacker. I'm looking forward to him doing some damage on the linebacker core. He's not that bad. I mean, he played for Pittsburgh and Tennessee, which are 2 good teams. 2 decent teams, I may say. I despise Tennessee, but Pittsburgh is pretty good. But yeah, other than that, we are going to go ahead and talk about the one and only Andrew Luck. Yes, the guy we all been waiting for. I'm still waiting for Andrew Luck's return. We need him at this point. It's only week 2, But, if we can get him in early, bada bing, bada boom, put him in there, get our offensive lineup, and, him go ahead and put them MVP numbers up and get those fantasy points for those fantasy players out there, because he can do that. Without a line at all, he still can get over at least 25 touchdowns in the season and do the thug fizzle. The only reason we might lose is because of our defense, but we're not going to get into that. But other than Andrew Luck being out another week, his probable return is either week 3 or week 4. Week 3 will be against the Browns. I would like that. Their defense is pretty lit, but it's not as good as you would expect. So I can see him surviving a game. Probably get sacked 1 or 2 times, but that shoulder could be a little bit lighten up. So I can see him coming back at least week 3 or week 4. That's what it looks like right now. They say he won't return until October, so that'll probably be week 4. But other than that, I could definitely see him coming back week 3 early, just to play the Browns and get his little reps up. And he probably won't play the whole game. He'll probably put Scott Tolson in as well, just to limit his minutes, so you won't increase another injury risk. But other than Andrew Luck, talking about Scott Tolson, there was been an interesting little interview with Chuck Pagano talking about the starting position for next game against the Cardinals. He said he doesn't know. It is a toss-up, but it is what it is. They're probably gonna have a competition in practice before the game starts, to see who starts. But they also asked Scott Tolson and Jacoby Brissett about the starting role and who you think should get it. Scott Tolson said he's a team player. He's here for the team, and whatever happens, happens, and he respects the option that they choose. Jacoby Brissett said he's here to play the game. He said that he had the same opinion. Whatever happens, happens. He's just here to play, and he respects the other guys in the competition. Now, I personally applaud both of their answers, but I think we all know who should start for us going into week 2 against the Arizona Cardinals, and that is Jacoby Brissett. Now, Chuck Pagano did praise Brissett about his physique, his mobile ability in the pocket, and his structure and form and arch of the passing ability. Because last game, week 1, when we played, he came in late against Detroit. He came in late in the game. Oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't Detroit. But he came in late, and he put on the show. He came in, and 2 completions. The guy it was 50 yards and threw a touchdown straight down the field. And the first play was to Moncrief for like 50. So that guy, he came in. If we would have put him in early, we probably could have won that game. But, things happen, so it is what it is. We took that L. Shout out to Scott Tolson again. I just hope we get this all situated. But other than that, we're going to talk about Matt Jones now, the former Washington Redskin. We got Matt Jones, claimed him off waivers from Washington on September 3rd, and we're going to put him on the practice squad, as I heard of. He's drafted out of Florida. He was a 3rd round, 95th overall pick. For Washington, he did pretty good. He had 243 carries, 950 yards, and 6 touchdowns. He caught 27 passes for over 300 yards and 1 touchdown. But he played for Washington. He was pretty good. In my opinion, I think he should make the cut, even though we got Marlon Mack and Frank Gore. But I think he should definitely make the cut and be put on the regular squad, because him and Frank Gore could definitely make some noise. We can put Marlon Mack definitely like in a David Johnson type of role for catching as well, for catching purposes. I think he can fit that perfectly. Other than that, we're going to head on to the injury report. We have Vontae Davis with a groin injury. He's definitely out. Frank Gore is currently resting. Hopefully he can play week 2. He probably will. Ryan Kelly is still out with a foot injury. Andrew Luck, of course, with the right shoulder. Chester Rogers with a hamstring injury. And then Ian Silberman with a lumbar injury. And they're all out. Frank Gore is the only one in queue resting. I'm pretty sure he'll play week 2. But that is all I have for now. My predictions for the game against the Cardinals. It should be us winning, but only reason I can have us winning is if we start Jacoby Brissett. If Jacoby Brissett starts, that's an automatic W. If he doesn't start and Scott Tolson plays, I'm pretty sure Pat Pete and Honey Badger will both have interceptions that game. And then Justin Bethel had an interception last week as well. He had a pick 6. I'm pretty sure he will have another one this week if Scott Tolson starts. But I'm not going to bash Scott Tolson. But I do want Jacoby Brissett to start. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for coming through. Like, comment, subscribe. More videos on the way. See y'all when I see y'all. Colts Nation, stand up. We out of here. Peace. Subscribe, fool.